This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free. To watch more of this video, get over and join us on Patreon.
How do we get rid of these players? And to be honest, one of the things I thought would be interesting, Ross McCormack, the Aston Villa centre forward, who they paid a hell of a lot of money for,
£11 million
from Fulham about 4 years ago, after he had like one of those half decent seasons. They have paid him off. They're in the Premier League. They've got Premier League big bucks, so they've gone, there you go, son, get out of our club. Apparently his wages would have cost about £3 million for one season. I think they've given like $1 million up front or something. It's just see you later. Yeah. So suppose, could Everton do something like that? Would that be a way forward? And how many of our players do you think would actually take that route?
It's hard with us because it comes down to whether you want to make any money off the players, doesn't it? If you're prepared to say, well, if you pay off him and him,
yeah,
you know, it'll cost us £10 million to get, but we'll get rid of them and it'll free up wages, and that's right. But then you're also writing off £10 million, aren't you? Which is a lot of money. So you'd have to play that off against the cost of the person's contract at the club. So if you're not going to get any money for people, see, someone like Kevin Morales, I will be all over doing that, because we know the last time he was our player, he was a bit of a pain in the arse, you know. Things happened with him and Schneidlin and blah blah blah. So he's not going to get in our squad. There's not a cat's chance in hell he's getting anywhere near the team. So he's not going to exactly come bouncing back into Fringe Farm ready to get his head down and do well, is he? You know, we know the type of character Kevin is, so he's ready to move on. So it makes sense for him, I would say. It makes sense for Everton to sit down with him and say, you know, for some reason, Bill, give you another few years. But it makes sense for us to sit down with him.
Fuck's sake, Bill.
And say, look, you're not involved with, you know, you're not part of this. And rather than send you out on loan again somewhere, you know, how about making you a free agent, so to speak, and taking, I don't know, a couple of £1 million and jogging on, basically. But the fact that Everton wanted £7 million off Fiorentina doesn't really suggest that you stop staying up doing Game of fucking Thrones podcast or whatever it is this week. Fucking Marvel's dog fucking episode or something. I don't know with Morales. That's what I would do, just to get rid of him, because I think he offers us nothing, and I don't think he's going to offer us anything either. So therefore, to help him and to help us, I would certainly be looking at paying him off. Someone like Sandro, I think Everton still think they can make money on him.
Yeah.
Albeit £1 million, £2 million, whatever, on top of what we paid. He's on a big wages. He's got 3 years left, so that's £15 million going out the door if he sees his contract out at Everton. Now, Real Sociedad don't want to keep him. I think it was the day he kicked the pitch instead of the ball. I think that kind of sealed his fate. I know Real Betis liked him, but the fella's left from there now, so hopefully he might rock up somewhere with some money. Yeah. Track him like the Everton fans track Lukaku's playing. So whether or not he comes back in and Marco uses him again in pre-season and says, right, let's have another look at it. I can't see it.
No, I can't.
Because I think there's too much has gone on and Everton have gone up another level. I think the reason he used him last year was, because he is a hard worker. He does work hard, but no matter what anyone says of Sandro, he runs around a lot and works. But he does though, doesn't he? We were at a couple of the pre-season games. He was decent.
He run around a bit.
He was decent. He was our best player in a few of them. So, but we've gone up a level. So with him, I just wonder if it's just another loan with him to get him off the wages again for another year and see if he can. You'd like to think with Sandro that he'd go back to Spain again for his third crack to a club, maybe Malaga, who had him before. Maybe like take him back and take him on loan. See if
why would he go? Well, wherever he goes, Everton are going to have to contribute to it, aren't they? And that's the problem, isn't it?
It is, but what can we do with him?
Nothing.
If he's on it, we know he's on it.
See, I almost feel like Sandro is someone you could pay off, because I don't think we're going to get the money, anything for him, and he's just a drain. For me, he's just a drain. And if you could say to him, listen, we just want to get rid of you. I mean, he's got 3 years left, don't get me wrong, so that's difficult, but I don't think you could pay him off all in one go and say, right, you're a free agent, because that just wouldn't make any kind of business sense. But there are ways of getting around that, aren't there? Like,
see, I could see him going back to Spain on loan. I really could. And that's why I'm saying the likes of Malaga, because he's been there before and done well. He had the season there, he had 1 and 2 for them, and he obviously was comfortable in the environment. I think what we're hoping with Sandro is no one's going to come and take a chance on him. Someone might, for all we know. But he's going to have to take a pay cut, because he's not going to get what he's getting at us again, ever.